What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to the channel. And today, we're going to chop it up about a comment that I received on the video that I did 2 videos ago, right? The one where I talked about me going to the gas station and a chick hitting me with that little script talking about oh my God, did you go to this so-and-so school? You look familiar. No, I'm not who you thought I was, but I'm him though. On that video, a dude got in the comments and he said that I need to travel before speaking on Passport Bros, right? Now, I didn't even need to rewatch my video to know that his comment came from a place of saltiness, right? Because I already know everything that I said in that video was straight facts. So if you are going to try to dispute whatever I'm saying in that video off of how you feel, when there was nothing but straight facts spoken in that video, I already know you on some BS, right? So what did I do? I did nothing more than click on his profile and go to his page. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, he was not on BodyGame. He wasn't on BodyGame. He was not on BodyGame. So today's video is going to be about why Passport Bros cannot bring their chick back to the US, right? So to reiterate, I'm going to continue to state the facts about Passport Bros, right? The majority of the Passport Bros that are coping and saying that, oh, the Western women are too masculine. The Western women don't give me a chance. The Western women play jokes, play games, don't take me serious, all of this and that. While that may be true, you are also a factor in that equation. If chicks are playing games with you and not taking you serious, if your option is to, or your solution is to run away from the scenario to another place instead of trying to figure out what you can do to help better that situation, you're taking the path of least resistance, and that's why you're not really a man, right? It's unfortunate, but it's a sad truth, right? A lot of dudes that aren't on BodyGame will do a lot of coping. And with that being said, let's get right to it. So you got dudes, right? Like I said before, the majority of Passport Bros are not on BodyGame, right? The exception does not make the majority. The dudes that are in the military that have no choice but to be in shape, because I know that there are some dudes in the military that you couldn't tell if they were in the military if they didn't have that uniform on. The ones that are in shape because they have to be, right? So by default, those dudes are going to get the best results from women in all directions. Now you got the Passport Bros that are not on BodyGame, that are running away to other countries, finding a chick, and be like, oh, I found a female, fit, feminine, and friendly. All right, fit, feminine, and friendly. But you don't even qualify for the first word in that sentence. You're not fit. And that's where the problem begins, right? Dudes that are Passport Bros that aren't on BodyGame, they can't bring their chick back to the United States for the simple reason of, one, you're not on BodyGame, so you go to another country, they look at you, and in some of these places, being fat is actually a status symbol because it means that you want for nothing. There's nothing that you desire. You're wealthy. You can eat unto your heart's content, and then you can eat some more. So these guys go to these countries, and some of these chicks look at them and they're like, wow, this guy can provide. That's what she gets from looking at you. She didn't get that from your personality. She didn't get that from you being ripped or your six-pack abs. She got that from you going over there with a gut. You went over there to a foreign country with a gut, and you look like you can provide. So she said, okay, I'm going to rock with him, right? Now you got to stay over there and hold up your little sign, holding it high. Oh, my goodness, I got a girl, fit, feminine, and friendly, right? Why you can't bring her back over here, bro? I'll tell you why. Because when you bring that chick back to the United States, she's going to get here and the veil is going to be lifted over her eyes. She's going to look around and she's going to be like, wait a minute. This motherfucker fat just like everybody else. Then she's going to continue looking around and she's going to realize that it's really the dudes that are on BodyGame that have the true status symbol, right? It's not the dudes with pot bellies. Not the dudes with their stomachs banging like Santa Claus. It's the dudes that are on BodyGame that are the prize. So she comes to the States. She looks around. She's like, wait a minute. I thought this dude was wealthy because he came over here with a gut. He could provide. But there's broke niggas over here also with a gut. Now hypergamy kicks in. The gears start changing. The gears say, I'm the prize, but this guy's not the prize because everybody else looks like him. And the guys that are the prize are kind of similar to the ones I left back at home. I know y'all been hearing some stories and some complaints from Passport Bros about when the dude comes back to the States and his chick is back at home, she's being unfaithful. I don't think she's being unfaithful with a fat dude unless it's a dude with money. Like, it's a dude, she's being unfaithful with a dude that's on BodyGame. She's treating the Passport Bro as a wallet, and the other dude is a portable bouncing stick. Put it that way. So she comes to the U.S. She sees that the dudes that are on BodyGame are the scarcity, not the majority. The gears start turning in her head. Once those gears get to turning, she looks at this dude and she thinks to herself, you ain't shit. That's why they be complaining when chicks come over here. They say, oh, these chicks come over here and get westernized. No, they didn't come over here and necessarily get westernized. They came over here and realized the situation and realized that you wasn't shit to begin with. They realized that you came from wherever you went to their country. You ran away because you couldn't handle the heat. You was in the kitchen in this country, the USA, and the heat said, you're fat, out of shape, and not on BodyGame. You don't deserve no box. You ain't like what the kitchen said. So you ran out of the kitchen and you went to the living room and you sat down on your fat ass in the couch in another country. And then you think that you can have the audacity to parade around like you did something. You ain't do shit. The only thing you did is play yourself. Dudes that are Passport Bros, they can't bring their chick back to the U.S. Why is that? Because when their chick gets here, she realizes instantly, well, not necessarily instantly, maybe like a couple of weeks to a couple of months. She realizes instantly that this dude, even if he has the bag, is basically an average Joe in the U.S. Kind of like the dude that came to my channel talking about some I need to travel. I have traveled. I have traveled on BodyGame. I have traveled to different parts of the country. Different parts of the planet. I have seen dudes that are on BodyGame and not on BodyGame and how they get treated. The dudes that are not on BodyGame be getting a kiki ha-ha by the chicks. The chicks be doing whatever it takes to make them come up off that wallet. And after they're done, discard. Basically, I've seen some Passport Bros. It's basically cheaper pay for play, put it that way, right? You don't want to spend what? $200, $300, $400 in the US, so you take a plane trip somewhere and you go spend $40. To be honest, if you were on BodyGame, chicks would be paying you to get down. Not necessarily through money, but through other means. Through the time after the pandemic that I wasn't on BodyGame, because I did say I got fat as hell during the pandemic. I wasn't on BodyGame during that time period. And that was a side when I went to the other side of the fence and I understood what the world was like for dudes that weren't on BodyGame at all, right? Chicks was playing with my top, ghosting. The box became scarce. It was tragic. It was incel hours. Or put it that way, it was really incel hours. And I could completely understand, which is why I'm sitting here sharing my experience. Because I was at a time in my life where I was not on BodyGame. I sat on my ass. I ate straight lemon pepper wings, Doritos, edibles, Sour Patch Kids, straight bullshit. Now that I'm on BodyGame, I look back and I realize how many days, weeks, and months I actually went without eating a healthy meal. I got on BodyGame, I bounced back, now chicks won't leave me alone. If you don't look in the mirror and try to understand your situation, you're the only one that can give yourself results, right? So if you're a passport bro and you're not getting results in the US, why don't you work on yourself before packing up your bag and being like, oh, the girls here aren't too feminine, so I'm going to go somewhere else where they're more feminine. Feminine for you basically means that the girls over there are actually a bit more modest and they probably won't tell you to your face that you're fat as shit. Right? They'll entertain you a bit longer. They'll let you down more gently. Basically, a bunch of you passport bros are a bunch of crybabies that want to be coddled, right? You don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to face reality. You want the easy way out. Before I ever become a passport bro, I'm going to max out my stats in the gulag before I go anywhere else. When I was fat as shit during the pandemic, my first thought wasn't, oh, these chicks aren't feminine and they're not giving me the time of day, so I'm going to become a passport bro and I'm going to the DR so that I can get a nice feminine chick and she can harvest my organs while I'm roofied. That was not me. I said, you know what? I'm the reason why I'm in this position. Started hitting 100 push-ups every day. I did 100 push-ups, reverse crunches, cross crunches, and 30-minute planks. 30-second planks. Well, it's really a minute and 30-second planks every day for a whole month straight. And after that, I just kept on going. I'm where I need to be, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta flex on the passport bros because y'all not putting in the work. So you think that by going somewhere else, all your problems gonna disappear? Oh, you didn't think there was gonna be no guys on BodyGame where you went on, did you? Well, guess what? There is. Some bitch. There is. Wherever you go, there you are. You're a passport bro. My advice to passport bros will be to max your stats out before fleeing the country, right? Getting chased out the country by masculine women. Because it's one thing if you work on yourself and you get in the best shape that you possibly can and you're not getting results, then by all means, go somewhere else. If you're a dude that's 50, 60 pounds overweight, you're in the US, you get on the treadmill, you correct your nutrition, you start working out, getting better sleep, and after you finally get in the best shape of your life, if you are still getting played with by chicks, by all means, bro, take yourself to where you're appreciated. But a lot of these guys aren't doing that. A lot of these guys are slapping McDonald's burgers into their mouth with some nuggets and washing down a large Sprite and then complaining that chicks ain't taking them serious. Nigga, you don't even take yourself serious. Then you want to pick up your bags and go become a passport bro. And then you want to come under my comment section talking about some I need experience before speaking on passport bros. Nah, nigga, you need experience in other factors of life. Because frankly, you bring your chick to the States, she gonna look at a dude like me that's on BodyGame, and I'm gonna get to splitting her in half. You're gonna bring the foreign goods right to my doorstep, and I'm going to deliver. She's going to deliver. And then she's gonna go back to you, and continue to use you for resources. You are her sponsor, right? Dudes be mad as hell when they bring their chick to the United States, and after a few months or however long she needs to stay to entertain them until she's able to be here on her own, she does that and then she's gone. Then you got the dudes back on the internet. Oh man, I brought my girl from another country and she left me. I need y'all to put y'all critical thinking cap on for a sec, right? Do y'all honestly think that if you're on BodyGame and you went to another part of the world and you picked up a chick and brought her back to the States, do you think that if you are in the tip top of your physique, like I said before, the majority of the population is obese, do you think that if you're in the top tip of your physique and you got some finances to your name, do you honestly think that chick is going to up and leave you for somebody else? I'm not saying it can't happen, but the chances are most definitely lower, because that chick's going to come to the US and realize that everybody's fat as shit. Then she's going to double take at you again, realize that you stand out from the rest of these losers, and then she's going to be like, wait a minute, I thought this guy was just another jack dude coming to wherever he went to, but when I get back here and I look at everybody else, this dude's been putting in more work than everyone in a 50-mile radius. That's how bad the obesity pandemic is right now. Epidemic. People are fat, bro. I'm talking about like massive. And it's crazy. Like, the passport bros are the female versions of single woman over 40. With all these demands, standards, and expectations, but bringing nothing to the table but a little bit of cash and a big ass gut. Delusional. Wherever you go, there you are. I was in that BodyGame from like 2020, late 2019 to like maybe middle of 2022. And I experienced everything that these incels be going through. And you know what I did? I pulled myself up by my bootstraps and got my ass in the gym and got right. Ain't got no issues with chicks now. I actually don't want to deal with chicks right now because I got too much going on. But they're still chasing the nigga. And if your chick came to the US, she would be chasing me too. Passport bros can't bring their bitch back to the US because it's just going to showcase the failure that they are. They're going to go to wherever it is, pick up the chick, she's going to come back here, she's going to look around and be like, damn, you're a nobody. Then she's going to get with a dude that's on BodyGame, and she's going to treat him like a celebrity, like a god. Because in reality, people worship the things that are scarce. You don't see people throwing diamonds to the side of the road. Nigga, they make that shit the highlight of a wedding ceremony. The diamond is the highlight of a $1,000, 5-figure, even 6-figure, sometimes 7-figure ceremony. But you see rocks and bricks all over the place. Average, regular. Ain't nobody really giving a fuck about that unless they building a house. And if that's the case, they can get them rocks from everywhere. You want to be a diamond, not a rock. And diamonds are made under pressure. These passport bros be doing everything to escape pressure. They can't deal with the pressure from the women in the U.S. demanding them to be better. So they go somewhere else where the pressure is more of a, just bring me the money and I'll be a starfish. I'll be your starfish. Or maybe I'll throw back some, what do you call it? Not dreamy. Some fantasy sex. She gonna give you some of that. And you gonna open your wallet because it's the best thing you had in a while, because the other chicks wouldn't even tolerate you because they said, look, you don't even qualify. There's always two sides to the argument. Dudes can complain that females are too masculine and not doing this and that. But at the same time, I got to look at the dudes and be like, yo, are you doing what you need to do before you even start opening your mouth to complain? Because if you're a dude that's on BodyGame and you got your shit together and chicks are still playing games, that's a different story. You checked all your boxes and chicks are still playing games, now you got to look for other alternatives. That's a different story. But if you look in the mirror and you can't even see your gut because it's out of the goddamn screen, out of the reflection, you need to do some work on yourself before you start complaining about chicks being masculine. Nigga, you're being too feminine. You're 6 months pregnant. Nasty work, bro. So this video is basically the summarization of why passport bros can't bring their chicks back to the US. Because you got dudes like me on BodyGame that's just waiting for your chick to get caught lacking. We're gonna slide on her. We're gonna slide up. She's gonna have to come up off that. And she will come up off that. Because she got here and seen that she wasn't coming up off nothing but doing sit-ups and weight-ups with your hands. Eating Pop-Tarts, Rice Krispies, pizza, donuts, donut holes, smoothies, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, crumble cookies. Unacceptable. This turned into a rant video. It wasn't even supposed to be a rant video, but I'm just spitting facts because I don't think I said a single thing in this video that's not facts. But I think I went off long enough. This video is about why passport bros can't bring their chick back to the States because they're not on BodyGame. And them bringing their chick back to the States will only expose their failure and their averageness. And they ran away from the States to get away from that. The States is really the gulag. If you're successful in the States, you can be successful anywhere. And that's facts. That's it for the video, gang. I'm up out of here. Peace.